Should we expect the transports to just be late to the game, or do you think they're going to remain at this lower level?
I think transports will continue to do what they've always done, and that they will overall lead, but really more importantly, they'll lead in the specific segments that are reflective of what's happening in the underlying trade goods flow, the underlying things that are actually being moved through the economy. It's not an accident that transport stocks seem to lead or predict. That's symptomatic of what's happening in the actual freight flows, both within our country as well as globally.
So what are you seeing, Don? Because obviously we can follow air traffic. We know TSA travelers have gone from under 90,000 to now 500,000, again, coming off some very extremely low levels. What about on kind of the commercial side and in freight? What are you seeing?
Well, yeah, and we really, first things, we don't really pay attention to passenger traffic because that's not the core of what's the economic predictive indicator here. It's moving the parts and pieces of the economy, the computer chips, the iPhones, you name it. That's where the value is. 1% of the weight of the global economy, and more than 15% of the value of the global economy. That's where we focus. And that's where we're seeing the beginnings of a rebound. We're seeing it especially in Asia, international inbound into Shanghai and other places where they ship all the little parts and pieces that get assembled into the things that then get shipped here, has gone positive in May. And that's great news.
What would your advice to investors be?
Invest in technology-oriented items, or people that move technology, i.e. the FedExes, XPOs of the world, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to invest in technology to respond. Almost every single response I hear out there to the coronavirus is more technology investment and application. And as a society, we're willing to accept those changes and make them part of our lives. And so it's the people that move all of those and put them in place that are going to benefit. And that's why we're actually very, very bullish about where we're going in the next year, 2, 3 years, globally, but especially in the U.S.
Are there any parts of the transport sector you would warn people away from?
There are some segments we're worried about. Asia Pacific is great in the air freight. The U.S. is looking better every day. Eurozone is down, not only worse than it was in the 08-09 timeframe on a year-over-year basis, but on a 2-year stack basis, it's down over 35%. To the point that we worry about the stresses it puts on the political system there. So no signs of a rebound there. And in other economies that are very commodity-driven, we worry about those because, with the exception of a few commodities, most have been really taken out behind the woodshed. And so if your economy and your political power, I mean, let's face it, look, we've had elegant example after elegant example of what kind of a aristocracy we are being governed by, both in the U.S. and abroad, at all levels of government. And as those people reveal themselves to be nothing more than aristocrats, cats, if you will, we're seeing the populace say they've had enough and protest.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I think your point in general about the rebound that you're picking up on in Asia will be interesting to everybody.